No more guessing, just lawn care that's better for saving money and saving the planet. So ditch the old way.
Each of the 5 players you can see behind me before just one of them is picked as the Max Prep National Player of the Year. Huge congratulations and heartfelt respect to Micah Alejado, Jackson Arnold, Ruben Bain, Caleb Downs, and Roderick Robinson for having the kind of season that got them here to this point. Here's our Tommy Tran to announce the winner.
The winner of the 2022 Max Preps Player of the Year is none other than electric playmaker Caleb Downs, who did it all for Mill Creek High School out in Georgia. The Alabama Crimson Tide commit came into the season as a 3-time Max Preps All-American, and yet somehow still saved his best season for last. Projected to be a safety at the next level, Downs made his impact felt in all 3 phases. 5 picks, 83 tackles, and 23 house calls on offense. And those are far from empty stats. Downs helped lead Mill Creek to their first ever state championship in a 70-35 rout of previously unbeaten Carrollton, with the 5-star senior finding the end zone 3 times. He now joins an exclusive list that features several Heisman Trophy winners and current NFL stars. And with the skill set Downs features, it wouldn't shock anyone to see him continue to shine on Saturdays and eventually on Sundays.
Caleb told me last week, even though he grew up in Georgia, he was never a Bulldog fan, as his dad played running back at NC State. His brother just capped back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons at North Carolina. Keep an eye out for Caleb playing both safety and wide receiver early in his career in Tuscaloosa.
When you DJ an 18th birthday party, you stage dive. But this is not an 18th birthday party. Why the scheduling mix-up? Bad client flow, that's why. So if you're an independent business, get HoneyBook and manage your client flow friction-free from hey to pay. Because with HoneyBook, business flows your way.
Here he is with Steve Montoya of Max Preps.
All right, we're here with Caleb Downs. Man, what a wonderful year you had individually, your team, and now named Max Preps National Player of the Year. Congratulations overall, man.
Thank you. Very appreciated, and I'm just very thankful.
Yeah, tell us about your season overall and bringing home that first ever state title for Mill Creek. What did that mean to you personally, your community, your coaches, your teammates? What was it like bringing home that state title?
It was very special, especially in our community. I've moved there when I was like 9 years old, so been with the same people for a very long time, and everybody was very happy to win. I think a lot of people seen it coming, so I think it was just great for the school and great for the community.
Yeah, and in October, you guys played Buford. It was an emotional loss. You guys lost that game, but after that game, it was almost like you flipped a switch and said, all right, enough of that, and you just went on an absolute tear after that, including 70 points in the state championship game. What was that game like against?
It was a very emotional game. I think it was very emotional because it was the first time our high schools have played each other, and some people don't really like each other between those 2 schools. So our team took that very deep to heart. So every other game we really locked in practice and did everything we needed to do to win the game. So the rest of the season was just on a rampage.
Yeah, and tell us overall, just like playing high school football in the state of Georgia, a state that sometimes is a little bit under the radar, but absolutely just produces talent left and right. What was it like for you just playing high school football in general, getting to show off all your skill set, but especially in the state of Georgia?
I think the state of Georgia's high school football is one of the best in the nation. And to be able to compete with all the players that we have is a very big thing for me because it makes me better. But for me, it just allowed me to compete at a high level. People don't really doubt Georgia's talent, so it definitely makes you better when you compete against it every week. So I mean, it's a great thing to be blessed to live where I live.
Yeah, for sure. And now I know you're at orientation right now and getting ready for the next level of play. What are you looking forward to the most as you take your next step in your career playing for Alabama?
Really just competing, seeing where I'm at freshman year, seeing the ability that I have to make plays on the field, and then trying to succeed in the classroom in every aspect of my life. But really seeing where I'm at on the field, seeing where I'm at compared to everybody else that's here and the players that have been here before, prior to me.
Yeah, well, Caleb, we really appreciate your time. It was fun following your career at Mill Creek High School. It was awesome to see you finish it out on top and now named Max Prep's National Player of the Year. So thanks so much for your time, and we wish you the best of luck at Alabama and the rest of your career.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hey, congratulations to Caleb Downs, this year's winner. When we come back, some context on the fraternity, the elite fraternity. He's joining as the Max Prep's National Player of the Year. And we'll also look ahead to the watch list for next year's award.
Targets are on site.
Were you followed?
No.
Do you have the assets?
It's all here, as we discussed.
I'm in position.
Should we get some lunch?
Sounds good. I'm famished.
If you're an undercover agent, you need to be undercover. And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
We're out to get out of there.
In pursuit. See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
And Georgia won the national championship Monday night, but they lost this in-state five-star recruit to Alabama. And Caleb Downs leaves the state as the Max Prep's National Player of the Year after a spectacular career on both sides of the ball at Mill Creek High School, about an hour northeast of Atlanta. Zach Poff and Steve Montoya of Max Preps rejoin us now. It's honor enough to be named National Player of the Year, yes, but it means even more when you consider the names who went before him. Zach, take it from here.
Yeah, I mean, the list is just crazy. You got, obviously Bryce Young a few years ago when he was at Mater Dei. Guys like Kyler Murray, who is still the only two-time winner, won it as a junior and a senior. And then obviously you can't forget Derrick Henry at Yulee High School. This dude has the most rushing yards in high school football history. So the list features a lot of great players. And, Caleb Downs is a guy I feel like is going to be mentioned when you talk about Max Prep's National Player of the Year winners. He'll be one of the first guys that comes off, because you just look at what he did during his high school career. He was named a Max Prep Freshman All-American, a Sophomore All-American, a Junior All-American, and then was an All-American during his senior season and led Mill Creek to its first ever state title, and they finished the year as the top-ranked team in the Peach State. So, I mean, just a tremendous high school career for Caleb Downs, and he's going to be among the greats that we've seen and covered during our time here at Max Prep.
Yeah, and I think he goes down as one of the most versatile player of the years that we've ever covered. He could do it on all sides of the ball. Even the 24/7 Sports guys have even said he could potentially be a five-star on both sides of the ball, and that's just how good of a player he is. Not just on offense and defense, but on special teams as well. So he's just one of those special high school athletes, and the coaching staff has to love him because you just put him out there and he could do it all. So that's Caleb Downs, Max Prep's National Player of the Year.
One of 7 5-stars going to Alabama. Big reason Alabama has easily the #1 recruiting class in the country.
I'm a New York hotel. I'm looking for someone who needs a weekend in the city. You hungry? I know a place. It's the city that never sleeps. But hey, if you need a last-minute spot, I've got you covered. Let's link up at Hotels.com.
We're going to get out ahead of this one a little bit because we have plenty of time to determine who will earn the award next fall. But before we get there, let's take a look at who the players are who've played well enough, who've excelled enough up to this point to make the watch list for the upcoming season. One repeat candidate from this year, you've heard his name before, Micah Alihado. He's joined by 3 other quarterbacks and a defensive end from the Dallas area. Zach, what other detail can you share here?
I'm rocking with the dude that was a freshman this season, and that's Julian Lewis, Carrollton High School, the team that Caleb Downs played in the state championship game, and they won 70-35. But it wasn't because of Juju Lewis. This kid is a standout quarterback. He threw for the most yards in Georgia state title game history, over 500 yards, had 5 touchdowns in that game. And this was really a kid that impressed me the most out of any player at any level this year, because there was a lot of pressure on him as being that next great quarterback from the state of Georgia. And he passed with flying colors this year. He had a big-time year, threw for over 4,000 yards and had 48 touchdowns, and led Carrollton to the 7A state championship game. And they also finished ranked in the Max Prep top 25 rankings.
Yeah, and kid that stands out to me on that list is Elijah Brown from Mater Dei, just because of what he's done so far since his freshman year. He's 29-1. His only loss was this year to the #1 ranked team in the country in St. John Bosco, who he beat earlier in the season. He's an absolute winner. We saw Mater Dei players on our National Player of the Years in the past. He could be there because it's scary for people like St. John Bosco across the country, because Mater Dei was super young this year, and they're going to return a load of talent, including uncommitted Elijah Brown. He's a flat-out winner, so it'd be fun to see what he can do next year for his senior season.
No surprise at all to see all kinds of talent coming back to Mater Dei and also St. John Bosco. All right, guys, we look forward to watching them. Thank you very much to Zach and to Steve. Caleb Downs, safety from Mill Creek High School near Atlanta, who has signed with Alabama, is the Max Preps National Player of the Year. Just getting started with the Max Preps National Awards this week. As you can see right here, the honors will continue to be handed out Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You can follow the announcements at maxpreps.com.
A loss like this stings, but we talked about this a little bit in the locker room a second ago, just about how far we've come in a year and what these guys have been able to accomplish, really when nobody outside of our locker room expected it or really believed in them. And they always believed in themselves, and they always rolled their sleeves up and worked incredibly hard and competed every single second of every day, and you couldn't ask for more than that. And again, I'm disappointed that we didn't make a better showing tonight, because that's not indicative of who we are. But we'll look back. It's going to take some time for the sting to go away, I assure you. But we'll look back on this season and build on it from here.
So the 13.5-point spread was one of the largest spreads in national championship game history. It turned out to be the largest bowl win in FBS history. Good teams win, great teams cover, and there was never a doubt. We told you all week to lay the points, and Georgia hit the over all by themselves. Let's get right to the site. Josh Pate, Brady Quinn, and Danny Cannell join us from SoFi Stadium in L.A. Tony the Tiger's Sun Bowl on CBS was wild. And there he is, Tony the Tiger, with the coin flip. Chip Kelly coaching in his first bowl game with UCLA. Pat Narduzzi and Pitt have won 4 straight after starting the season 4-4. Tempers flaring pregame. Teams having to be separated. A little scuffle. Pushing, some shoving, words exchanged. Late first quarter, Dorian Thompson-Robinson to Logan Loya, touchdown UCLA. And then, after the play, headbutts Marquez Williams. Gets flagged for taunt. He can't do that as things getting chippy early. Minute left in the half, tied at 14. DTR to Titus Mokiao Atiamalala. 28-yard touchdown. Bruins up 21-14 at the break. DTR passes Cade McNown as UCLA's all-time passing yards leader. To the fourth, Bruins up 28-21. DTR makes a mistake. Intercepted by Bengali Kamara. And this was a theme for DTR. 3 interceptions in this game, and after the play, suffering lower back pain. Trying to get stretched out, but would not return. 3 total touchdowns for DTR, but also 3 INTs. Ensuing pit drive, that leads to this. Rodney Hammond, 2nd touchdown of the game, and we're tied at 28. Get on in there. Ensuing kickoff. Jaden Marshall back to receive. Oh no. Fumbles! Pitt recovers. Tamarian Crumpley dives on it. Would lead to a Panthers field goal. Yes! All right, so in comes Ethan Garbers for the injured Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Less than 2 minutes left. UCLA down 34-28. True freshman TJ Harden, 34 yards. 50 seconds left. Garbers to Jake Bobo. 14 yards inside the 10. First down, next play, Harden in for the touchdown. UCLA takes the lead 35-34. Boom. Hit down one with 34 seconds left. Fifth-year senior Nick Patty leads the comeback. From the 25 to Jared Wayne. 18 yards and a first down. What a catch. Great awareness. 20 seconds left. Patty avoiding pressure. Keeps it. 11 yards to the 29. Here comes the field goal kicker. Ben Sauls, 4 for 4 already. 10 seconds left. Ben Sauls. Sun's out. Laces out. It's up and it's good. In the Sun Bowl. Pittsburgh earns its largest comeback bowl win in school history. They trailed by 14. They win 37-35. Ben Sauls have-a-day kid, 5 for 5. Our Jenny Dell catching up with the quarterback, Nick Patty, postgame.
All right, how do you accomplish and just think about what just happened? Really characterize what just happened out there.
Just staying poised no matter what. Defense has been stepping up all day. They let us down, but the offense has to pick them back up. They did a great job today. Number one's a good player. They contained him well, so we had to give it back to him.
Coach said that you are loyal to a team. What does a win like this in a Pitt uniform mean to you?
It's everything. I love this team. 5 years being here. It's family, it's home. It means everything.
Your defense and special teams stepped up, especially in that second quarter. What can you say about their performance?
Yeah, they're awesome. They've been stepping up all year. We had to put up a lot of points. So we did our job too, and I'm proud of what we did.
Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
You know what Nick Patty did? You know what he showed us? He showed us he's a Tiger. Show him you're a Tiger. Show him what you can do. The taste of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. We got the Tiger in you. It actually brought out the Panther in him. So I got all kind of stuff here. I got all kind of material. And we got this full screen here, TV jargon, which is a great wrap-up here. Pittsburgh's first bowl win since 2019. Panthers finished the season on a 5-game winning streak after starting 4-4.
This is black mold in your ice machine. This is going to get bacteria and mold on it, too. This is the worst run bar I've ever seen. Sundays. You got to get off your freaking ass and do something. I'm ready to work. I want to see you prove me wrong. Come on, guys. You can do this. Take control. I can't wait to show you this.
We're ready.
Doors are open. Let's keep that fire going.
Bar Rescue. All new Sundays at 10 on Paramount Network.
Ace, you guys got that stop, or you held them to a field goal so that they had 24 points instead of going up by 14. Casey makes that big play on the 2-yard line. What do you see on that play, and how does he come up big in that situation?
Everybody just a defense. You have 11 moving parts, and everybody did their job to make that happen. And it wasn't just on that play; it was also on that whole drive. Just focusing on just doing your job and doing simple better, and that's what we did. And we just executed, and it came down to who wanted it more.
Dan, and also Mace, can you just speak to the defense in that second half, the guys that didn't play, whether it was opt-outs or going pro, and the lack of depth, new players playing, and can you just speak to what they did today and just the quarterback they played it against? And
well, first off, Drake is as talented quarterback as you're going to go against. The other one's sitting right here, but he's a hell of a competitor. He's a hell of a quarterback. I think you have to give a lot of credit to him. He had a good night, and I think the one thing that I got to give our players credit for is we were going to play with the guys that came on this trip, right? The guys that were here, that's who we're going to play with. And if you're here, you're good enough because you've been working your tail off all year. And there were guys that were on that field tonight that haven't played a snap for us or played limited snaps for us all season. But for me to get in there and for me to see a guy like Michael Roth go out there and make an impact on this team when his role's been limited all season, but when he gets in there, he does his job, he executes at a high level, and to do it with a level of belief that everybody on the field believed that he would do his job, those are the moments that are exciting for me. Every chance the ball got snapped and every chance when we got to stop, you saw every guy walk up the field with belief in what's about to happen next. So that's exciting to see that happen and execute.
Absolutely magisterial here. Artiglieria del campionato brasileiro. Colpisce ancora.
Chase, if you could just both walk us through just on 4th and 2 during the timeout when Drew makes the call, just what you're thinking.
Wait, let's correct that real quick. When who makes the call?
Oh.
When who made that call?
Oh.
Bo did a good job calling what he wanted on that one, you know.
Well,
but we're all in agreement. You believe in your quarterback, right?
That if you could walk through from your perspective, Bo, why you made the call you did, and Chase, what you were thinking, and just from your perspective, making the catch.
So that's one of our just our go-to plays. We feel really good about that play. We've run it multiple times. It's it's hard to stop. It gets guys in good situations. It puts Troy, T-Ferg, Chase, those guys in good positions to do what they do best. And sure enough, they brought house blitz, and Chase knows over and over that that's the throw. If we get house, he's going to get a natural pick. They're going across the middle, and Bucky did a great job of picking up the protection, and we threw it over the middle, and we got a completion for a touchdown. And it just goes to practice and practice and practice. You run that play over and over, and I think everybody on the sideline kind of wanted that play, and I just happened to be the one that might have verbalized it. So it's one of our favorite plays.
Credit to Bo and credit to Drew and the offensive staff and every single player on offense. It's what he just said, that they had belief in what we were going to run and how we were going to execute it. And, when the suggestion was made, it was like, hell yeah, let's run that.
Yeah, and then just what Bo said, if they were bringing house blitz, I knew actually the whole bowl prep against our defense, we never got that look once, but then we got it here on our practice site here for the bowl one time, and we missed it and went over it, and then sure enough it showed up in the game. It was the same exact one, and it was perfect, and Bo saw it. It was just an easy touchdown from there.
Bo, just to both touchdown drives, kind of what does it take, and why is this offense capable of completing a game like this where there's no room for error, really? 4th down and all those plays.
Well, it takes 11 guys to buy in and believe in that drive, and when you're down by, I believe it was 10 points, you need a score there. So we knew what we had to do to go down and do that, and we did. We went play after play and made sure we went down, and then on the second drive we executed, had some explosive plays. T-Ferg had that long one to kind of set us up, and then we get to a 4th and 2, 4th and manageable. And I mean, it's just who wants it more on that specific play, and who's willing to compete until the final whistle. And again, you can credit every single guy on that offense. You can credit each guy that played a part, each guy that went out on the field tonight. You could tell they were playing it for more than just themselves. And just going back to Bucky's long touchdown run, that was another Alex Forsythe check. So I got to give him a shout out on that one. Alex was incredible for us, and it starts up front. Those guys, and to lead 2 drives there at the end of the game, it starts up front with protection and get us going, and then obviously the skill guys did the rest.
See the movie critics are calling The Exorcist Meets the Da Vinci Code.
About to get buried the truth here.
A mind-blowing thriller.
You've been playing a new talk to fate.
Russell Crowe is the Pope's exorcist. Rated R.
Well, what a fun group to share a stage with right now. I thrilled and excited for our team. North Carolina is a great team. They fought. That was a game that came down to the very last second, as we all know. We talked about it going into the game, that we've played 720 minutes of football this season, and we had to play 60 more, and we played all 60 of it. So couldn't be more proud. That's a testament to our players and how hard they work. In the coaching profession, there's no better man than Mac Brown. You hope that you can just coach long enough to halfway resemble what he's done as a head coach. So I have ultimate respect for them and their program and what they've done, but really, really proud of our players to be able to cap this season off. We talked about coming in tonight, and really finishing the season with not a period but an exclamation point. And I'd say that was an exclamation point. That being said, we can open it up for questions.
Bo, that second half, the offense was struggling to move the ball consistently, and then I think the final 7 minutes, you guys went down the field twice and scored. What clicked for you guys, and just what was that feeling when you connected with Chase and you rolled off his defender into the end zone?
Yeah, well, our defense did a great job of just continuing to give us the ball back, and I think that was, in a game like that, it could have, they had a really good offense, so they could have scored a little bit more, and our defense did a great job of stopping them and giving us the ball back several times, and finally there at the end, we got a few drives together and we went down and scored. And I couldn't be more proud of Chase and everything that he's done for the team. And just, battling through injuries, being there for each and every one of us. It's only right that he caught that last one.
You guys are trailing 24-14. You guys just had a way of coming back. Can you talk about your comeback?
Yeah, all we needed was time on the clock. You can't worry about the past, and you really can't worry about the future. You got to be in the present. I thought our team did a great job of being in the present. I think our players made great adjustments. Even some of those drives where we stalled out and didn't get a first down, I think our guys believed, hey, we're going to go get a stop and get an opportunity to do it again. And then that's what it came down to. And you talk about phenomenal players making great plays down the stretch. That's what you saw. It took every fourth down. It took every yard. It took every inch. It took every ounce of effort that our guys had to finish the way they needed to.
MTV's Ridiculousness is moving to Mondays and Wednesdays.
Let's go!
With all new episodes back to back. Get ready to fail in love with Monday and Wednesday nights.
Getting really real.
Ridiculousness. All new Wednesdays at 8 on MTV.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
It's team, and it's the same thing with run and pass. The better your pass game, the better your run game. The better your run game, the better your pass game. We're all. This is the one sport that is. Maybe not the one sport. I don't want to sound arrogant as a football guy, but it is a sport that, to me, is. It represents a lot of different things, and from a family standpoint, from a group work standpoint, from an organizational standpoint, we're in this thing together, and we need all 11 guys doing their job together so we can all eat. And if one guy doesn't do his job, we don't eat. So I think it's a really important thing that you brought up that I think is the crux of football and team and organization and family. And I think that's dead on what you said, man.
It's back-to-back nights of the NWSL, Friday and Saturday on CBS Sports Network.
All right, finally, tomorrow's matchup in Hawaii between Middle Tennessee State, San Diego State. The Aztecs 7-point favorites. How big of an uphill battle is this for Middle Tennessee, who also has to contend with a pretty big time change coming from the East Coast of the United States all the way down there to the Pacific?
It's hard, man, because you also have to face a fundamentally sound football team in San Diego State. What I love about their program is that they pressure on the outside, they force turnovers, and they're strong within their battery. That's your center, quarterback, running back, D tackle, Mike Backer, free safety. They are strong there. They've been consistently strong there for quite some time. So they're very tough to beat. They're highly disciplined. And when you face an up-tempo offense like Middle Tennessee, you can't have any mistakes. But the problem is San Diego State forces you into those mistakes. I'm laying these points with the Aztecs. This is a tough matchup on paper and will be a tough matchup based on all the things we talked about, the travel and all that. This is just not a good game for the Blue Raiders.
All right, Emery, I hope you make some money this weekend because, like I said, that Alumni Association's calling. They're going to want a little extra boost in the wallet there after your pick. So
send Mesh's Donuts and I might change my pick.
All right. For more real-time betting info, picks, and projections, check out sportsline.com/join. Use the promo code TROPHY to sign up for just $1.
And away they go. Hear that? Snowcross on CBS Sports Network.
Over in Tampa for the Gasparilla Bowl, ACC-SEC showdown. Wake Forest, slight favorites over Mizzou. Is that the play?
Yes, it is. And here's the reason why. One, it's Sam Hartman's last game. And, he said he was going to go to the NFL. And he also said he was going to try to go to another school. They understand he's about to leave. So he's going to go out with a bang. And what a great way to go out and to play this Missouri defense that's going to be missing a lot of their key players, but also is not very good. Now, I'm a Brady Cook fan and what he was able to do last game out against Arkansas. But in this bowl game, I like Wake Forest. I like the experience from Sam Hartman, but I also like points to be scored in abundance. So take the over.
like me, Lee Murray, wanted to be world champion in the UFC.
He just happens to be involved in the largest cash robbery in the world.
Whoa, that's insane.
Catching Lightning, only on Showtime, streaming with Paramount Plus.
'Tis the season to keep bowling. A couple bowl games on the schedule to look forward to starting this afternoon at 3 between Louisiana and Houston in the Independence Bowl. At 6, Wake Forest, Missouri, party in the Gasparilla Bowl out in Tampa. And one game on Christmas Eve, Middle Tennessee and San Diego State are down in the islands for the Hawaii Bowl. And here to make some picks on these games today, let's bring in Emery Hunt, who will, of course, have no conflict of interest with this first game we're going to talk about. Your Raging Cajuns, yes, there they are, taking on the Cougars, who are favored by a touchdown, over-under set at 56.5. So, Emery, as a proud alum, what's your pick here?
Well, first of all, it's the best university in the state of Louisiana, has great nursing program, great research institution, great communications program. I'm a product of that, and also has a great football team. Unfortunately, because of the transfer portal and guys are opting out, I am not fond of my Cajuns in this ball game. I like the Cougars here, so I'm laying the points with the Cougars, and because I feel like this game will tend to be a sloppy one, I'm also taking the under. So I am still Raging Cajun to the bone gristle, but in this ball game, I'm kind of looking the other way and hoping my Cajuns don't embarrass me out there on national TV.
The Alumni Association just called. I'm going to patch this one in. They'd like a word, Emery.
Johnson Street done went nationwide.
Okay.
Oh, look who it is. Baby, this is the damn man himself.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
You need to see this.
King is back.
Mayor of Kingstown, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
It's the New Orleans Bowl featuring Western Kentucky, South Alabama. South Alabama is still in search of their first bowl win since joining the FBS. Western Kentucky going for their third bowl win in their last 4 seasons. Opening touch for the Hilltoppers. That's Austin Reed going up top. Dalvin Smith on the other end. Covers 44 yards, and just like that, they're on the board first. Smith, first half 4 receptions, 121 yards. How about this play? Reed dumps to Smith, who serves it up for Jalen Hall, 25 yards on the touchdown. It was a 21-0 advantage. Double pass executed to perfection. The Hilltoppers are getting it done just under 5 minutes left in the first half. Reed, he's going for the end zone, but this time look at Yam Banks. One-hand pick. As good as it gets. 6th interception of the season. That leads to a field goal. Gets South Alabama on the board as they trail to break 31-3. Early third quarter, the Hilltoppers back to work on the offensive end. Reed, a wide open Malachi Corley, 39 yards. All Hilltoppers in this one. Yeah, it's party in New Orleans. 4 scoring strikes for Reed. Count them up. Western Kentucky rolls 44-23. Third bowl win last 4 appearances. South Alabama still in search of that first bowl W. Western Kentucky most points by any team in a bowl game this season. Reed sets a New Orleans Bowl record. 497 pass yards, and you can see under Tyson Helton, they get it done. Third time they get a win in a bowl game in the last 4 seasons. First coach in school history to win 3 bowl games.